MURNIs. Drink it cold.
Thohoyandou, Venda, and every tribe that has tuned in. Welcome to another special, tantazling, elegant, beautiful episode of Celebrity Couch Edition. And this is the Masters Podcast. I'm still your host, Mastermind, Master of Radio, TV, and everything in between, including the podcast. Today, I'm sitting with the king of freestyling, Rude Kid Venda. Ndichidoshi Nishapuna Rude Kid Venda Wanga Sadiki. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. I mean, in the car, record the phone, you've been busy in the studio. I called your manager, you told me you're working on some few projects.
It's busy, man. Especially 2022. You know, we have to prepare to give something to the people. 2021, we always have to adapt that mentality. It's a new year.
But then I want to know, I don't know if maybe how you are going to work your things this year.
So first of all, I'm not signed.
Yes. Okay.
I'm still an independent. I've started my own label called RKV Music.
Okay.
I generated the label from 2019.
Okay.
2020 I met Mr. Distan.
Yes.
The one who is the management of the RKV Music.
Okay.
So I am the owner of RKV Music, but I needed a manager as an artist. The artists RKV Music.
Yes.
The management. So Mr. Distant, ever since 2019, Agumoni, he always he always hit me up on media. He was impressed with some of the work that he saw. He kept on pushing to want to work with me or help me if I ever needed help. So 2020, that's when everything happened. I decided, I don't want to be signed under anybody. I'm signing myself. And when I explained the vision that I had about RKV Music, Mr. Stan understood it. And then he was willing to be part of the vision of RKV Music. So ever since 2020, RKV Music has been working. Everything that I've done under RKV Music in terms of like production, video production, everything that I've done. Like Mutachiri, they were Rude Kid Venda and they were RKV. RKV Music, ndione label kana ndione background that has built Rude Kid. So Mr. Stan is just a management,
So in short, you are the boss to Mr. Stan.
Yeah, I am the boss, but it's also a boss because
I get you.
The RKV Music.
Yes.
Ona artist RKV Music on RKV.
Yes.
Ina manager no Stan.
Yes.
Remember RKV boss when the Stan ngauri.
I get you.
Stan the manager. And Ufasi a manager, Stan.
And who are the other artists that you have signed record label?
So far it's myself, but as time goes, I would definitely sign some artists.
When?
I cannot actually say when, but for me to be in a point and I feel like I can sign an artist, I have to be in a point where like everything that I wish to get for myself or to achieve for myself, I will first achieve it, and then I know I can do it for somebody else. Because now I know Sanamutu. You have to ufanoroba and the limits. Kana mtu ufano zidibazuri. Oh, ndaba understand waka label so. This is what this label is capable of. So I first wanna expand my capability in the moon. And wanna RKV Music inganshikisa guy. Then don't shikawanenda zifazuria na mumu tu wata merai. And then RKV Music can get you this far.
Yeah.
So RKV Fanova ene mutu watoma ane afanova beyond my expectations to a point in where I feel like I can go back to the drawing board and feel like I can sign somebody. I know the journey already. If I sign somebody, dingamushikisa how far, you know, because still you never know how many chances for the person to be big, but at least in the bazuri no bana test no bereza you can bereza na bang. So if I can make sure that I build myself as a brand that mumtachi sets up panoyani na avendari muna mtu berera, so mboni ngakona sana na bango batu kuna muya uri ndukuni sign already temini dini bereza.
Man, I didn't know that you are this intelligent, man. You're so fucking intelligent. You.
Not really, man. Not really. Not really. Some people say I'm intelligent because of the capability of freestyling.
I'm not the first one to say this, ne?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I
know, but through conversations, just through seeing me on stage, they feel like I'm intelligent because I'm able to make a song or to freestyle off the top, so make a sense. But so for me, I feel like that's not intelligence. That's just talent.
But I bet you were a student during high school.
And I was not. Trust me, I was not. Because my story, it's one different one.
Tell me about it.
Not, bro.
Tell me about it.
Grade 7.
Yes.
It was a private school. Adumas.
Okay.
It was a private school. One of the best private school in Venda ngachifunga cha wanengimra.
Even ngachifunga cha, how old are you, Kant?
Achicheo. Venda ngachifunga cha waneni kwamba at its time when it was still
but how old are
open.
You?
I am 21, soon to be 22.
This year?
In 2000. Robebua.
No, let's not go there. Tell me about the story.
So, grade 7. Ne? That school choice in Ovario has chana but bana banji chikuru. So we were left around 11 class in March. Dovandi Jira. I was number 11.
Number 11.
I was number 11. Ne? Somebody where was a connected class yote. Rude Kid.
Imagine.
September. Dari number 9.
And then June. Better. What about June?
11. You know. September. Dari 9. December do pasa. Churani do pasa.
And position?
Don't want to check, but I don't recall a December because I was excited to pasa. Because the fact you're in a Jira. That's in choice or do pasa na. But the fact you're do pasa na secondary.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Then from secondary I relocated from Sasa. I went to my home school, Gore. Chiwana na mangondi, studied the town though. So, Dari Gore again.
Sure.
But by intimidating Ngori. Private school look on a body school. So, the advantage you did a
cover to
grade
8 in Dini not in private school. Sure.
So, this is going to go choose or in the Chigwiri. Sell confidence, then you worry, did the Peñano
I can do this.
I can do this. So at least grade 9. I'm going to change question 4. Come on, what now cover Rangari.
Out of
corner. Obviously private school gay would go. Natural no grade 8. Not done about 300. Zote ngorena done the grade 8 A na B na C.
4 out of 300.
Ndichi again do another check cell. Main reason was because the high school. And I was scared to be in Rotoma Nikoba High School. So, don't know my mentality, you know, Nikoba private, Nimanana discipline. So that discipline, I took it in hands. Bashkoro was private, was public. I wanna discipline.
Sure.
So, not the good thing, I discipline, which means I had connection with our teacher. That studies, I knew what I had to do in studies. So that made me be a better student than most. Nga uri avala ni banjia avala mshumunazo. But because nenda ko bangi enda ngi agera jajikira mara uni na discipline ne ila nichita ngachibunga chobaro chibari wa mara ndachijana na zigwiri ba. So nichi yange ito ngachigwiro ba one na kama tukana vile I was the best ngore nachi wano mpaka wa ndugumaka 5 ndibazana fail. So I was the only guy and nachira murera.
And by that I'm sure you were chowing girls because you were at the top.
But at school, especially from primary, maybe it's displayed in Lani Asasa. I didn't grow up with that mentality.
Yes.
You know, I took things one step at a time. I was one of those guys, nga breaki yo bierera ninga nambanda rundi kuvanga break lukovora ngaziluo prisori ndobandika ingwe class ndo era kuzana. I was never that done a discipline. So I think that discipline ndio yenye nyitori namse badzana nabadzana chikoroni. You never become that guy ane utodibiuri ichi achipfe chifunisa badzana. So now badzana ndechivafuna kana ndachivafuna. I never intentionally at school showed it. But basazvi vonuri hoyu wafunisa badzana.
Because
of the discipline velvet.
But I want us to talk about your branding, man. Rude Kid Venda.
Yes.
Why Rude Kid Venda? I mean, rude is something that is out of the way.
Exactly.
Why Rude Kid Venda?
So Rude Kid, the name. You're talking about Rude Kid.
Sure.
Rude Kid, the name came. I was in grade 9.
This is when you started music.
That's a Mzansi.
Okay.
I was a huge fan of music.
Okay.
Some music and all that. But that's a total
This popular.
Musician. Not tea.
Okay.
Come on, is musician at all.
Okay.
You know, more like Rich Kamba Mumtranejo often a Rude Kid assigned. But maybe a year later, Abana Nachibutami. But so now I was just a normal dude who loves music. Marandisa iti music. So in grade 9, we went to a point where I became a social media guy. To Facebook, I became a boy and then I because of Sasangi. No, the Weresa Batwane, but you bust about the Tando. Somebody, but when about the Weresa, the Batuba never about Tando listening at the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was mostly at town at the weekend, Uprisa Hayan. So that made me be in an era Elaniabo, yet the nickname. Nashpanga chine ka Facebook ashiko the nickname. People no longer nachi jana Facebook nusa wane zinala mutu straight. Hachi kuchinchwa the nickname. Nashpanga church keeper zachi prentiwa ngamrao. Una nickname.
Rukudoronga stage.
Chila stage. So I was part of that stage. Una wachacho there is Hapa town because now I was mostly a town. So I was part of those people wane bachikoto bana chikipa chungwa nickname. Wachikipa ngasema zinala ndala kuma at that time.
Nachi Frika.
That's it. Okay. Mara. Nikodombo chila stage cha the nickname. Ndoshikanda jana kacho. Sure. So I had to find myself a nickname. So aburo the rest of kid chila chipinga. Kombura kabo imba ana bo kid.
Kid X.
Kid X, you know. So Islam is the kid. The fact I need my name to have kid. So did you check around? There was no Rude Kid. Zina ndichi wana Rude Kid in the cheko around there's no Rude Kid.
But how did it came about?
Rude. You just want to have a nickname. The most part about it, na nickname. Okay. As long as I go with Wufi, the wanga. Nina nickname. Inemo mtu ari nyi mara samba jina la kumando kono foro ukwamba nne. So I went to a point nende ko the nickname just like no zuranda ngonye go direna zina. And then ndashikaro anaka Rude Kid. Awuna mtu nufi Rude Kid. Zambora na mtu na durondo timing. Kwa kopera zina lao. Zambora Rude Kid I felt like okay, it's a nice name. Okay, Rude Kid. But it was more about nickname itself.
Sure.
So 2016 to 2017, I wanted to go to my journey and music.
Okay.
Me discovering that I want to do music myself. I've been a fan for too long. I want to start rapping in the studio. The studio.
Whose studios?
Ndoya Chikudini, Mr. Main.
Okay.
Superlight Records.
Big shout out to them.
Ndarua kuchi wachone studio chine legit.
Sure.
You know ndaya dichi under record man dichi record rimbo ropera dichi Ferrari ndimwaro rimini ndichipunga cha export rimbo
zina la mwini
and afasiri atengasiri ndiwanga man
Rude Kid
dara nickname yanga ibile Rude Kid yono bazina ndemo na mwali diburi Rude Kid mara only cards media.
Sure.
Okay, Rude Kid tela muna ndara mwana nimi Rude Kid. Man, the main point of Rude Kid is because in the nickname in don't know banal, not Uri. The chire panel go do the Rude Kid. So because I'm in studio ndo pedzai, Ruimbo Zina Ndini, we use the same nickname, Rude Kid.
Sure.
So okay, the Rude Kid Jamburi, the Kushum Sareli at Zina Rude Kid is on a coming. Akawimbi. Okay, it's fine. And then October, I sent my first song, 2017, to Mizo phyll.
Entitled?
Track.
Okay.
I sent the song to Mizo phyll.
And how did you got his numbers? Tell me the connection.
So Mizo, no one number za waka page.
Okay.
Waka page ngona ingo. Naita call. Ya visa number.
That's the secret of it.
You know? Na call. Did you call?
Sure.
Likely he.
Ya faronga Mizo. Straight.
Himself.
You will like him.
Achifara. Dam tariche zuri. I was scared. The fair nende kum do visa mbona kombero nitachere sentu mbuzo zuri ruhani. and then I send ka WhatsApp. I sent the song ka WhatsApp
Sure.
October ne. The day I respond ndo mandi chikoroni. Ndo send a rimbo or review, but I think so jumbo 2-3 days. Ndi chikoroni ngalabraro. Mizo I respond. I fire emoji. Call your rimbo rende me.
Nana phone chikoma.
Achikoroni rachi vana the phone. So somehow this jana ka WhatsApp Mizo respond nga fire emoji. I went crazy.
The king of Vendrep.
So from there Mizo feel abakwamba zori ndichipunga choplana venanga December kwa kama November. Venanga December ko dova poster in 2017. So ichi ko ba poster. And then abakwamburi outcheresa mbona abo batugureni. Abatu barum fetu blind. What deserve a platform.
Yes.
And then ka poster. Da mwariwa. So dzina lichi ba ka poster. There no fi Rude Kid Venda.
Ngabone bana.
Ngamizo. Mizo no one the Rude Kid, but poster ichiba. I want to fi Rude Kid Venda. Ne? Juri how the Venda came through. I didn't know. I also didn't ask. What I did, no vonga machuru ndo vale poster aba. They anda chincha. Kama dzina ngote. Dato Eda Venda. So nduskanda chincha na ndo fi Rude Kid Venda.
Sure.
To prove uri. Hola mtu ngono ka poster. Ndinne. To ngombeza. Because now we want bantu iko Rude Kid Venda. So nakoteleza numbero zonu mfetu ngoteleza uri dzina langa asilona, but you know uri huo mwari wanne. Sure. Rude Kid Venda.
Sure.
Was the one na dibazori ndini ngoro no amba na mtu ito poster kana no amba na muno wa show. So how Venda ene mume, why did the Venda came through? Kana ndo sikomburiyo sokoba maybe confusing, I don't know, but whatever that happened, it made me from that day in 2017 October. My name was Rude Kid Venda from then.
Until today.
And then ubachila ndione years, you know, that automato fi Rude Kid Venda. Na mimi mnano kono first story. The Rude Kid Venda now because of uimba. Ufanana Rude Kid you had not nga wimbi.
Yes.
But now I knew from that day. Tomango reason na kono jambara ben nandi rapa ni check na ka post.
Sure.
You know, so you know my first poster came out in Rude Kid Venda. So from that day, that's when Brenda Rude Kid Venda to me. Ya toma on because everywhere now you know toma ka poster ngo wana poster na wa erisi una Rude Kid Venda. Ya dibuso Rude Kid Venda ndinyi. So that's when Rude Kid Venda became a brand.
And even today you haven't asked him.
I haven't asked them why.
I will definitely ask on your behalf because I'm still going to sit with him. And
but I once told him, and because I did tell him, Uri, I'd said nothing about it, but if you still recall, because but I recalled him, Uri, they live and they live.
Yeah.
You the one who came with it. Kana poster ya nunde ne ya disa.
Or mtu panda. Sure.
So at the word in maybe just endera mtu a poster.
Yeah.
Zina wait ya mini, but whatever that happened made me become Rude Kid Venda from there.
Do you think Mizo Phyll opened the doors for you in the music industry? Because beside that, nendo tumun dibanga freestyle ni tanga Mizo, nga video Mizo. And I bet most of the people who tumun dibanga.
He did.
Can you say Mizo Phyll opened the doors for you?
Yes, he did. But if you gotta say doors, I feel like doors is a big word. You know, rangato nambarari oronga chanda kakabubanga namuzi. Because there's also certain people bane ningani sabadebisa Mizo bane botovura mavoti zvino zvaranga zvino zva deserve uriri womuntu itamini onivurera mavoti. No, you know, because besides because una people don't understand, ne?
Yeah.
This is what I want people to understand. People feel like nabanika a certain label height ya chitu the label yochita kana happy the under momutu. People feel like after Rude Kid Venda ukuimba America, the person who made it possible the hoyo ane manager Rude Kid. So for me it has never been about that. Why? Nendo Rwanda mentality was independent. I did everything for myself. So in every platform that I got, I made sure I got it myself. What I'm trying to say is I made sure I opened doors for myself.
Yeah.
So uniko management. Management otomangara ndiko to mupasa update to hey, this and this is coming through. Management na mutu. The glory comes to both parties. uri ngauri wala muna zvangu ena mure uri ngora mtu kanoko manager wala mtende suko chimbira zvamburi manager ndiye anakuti suzitemini chimbira but now I grew up with the mentality of fighting for myself. I've never been a guy who I never depended on anybody to do things for me kotamba nori ngonyako perform afetu hasina mtu anaye afirerari ndina mfetu no finyinyi. I made sure I went there myself and asked to perform that platform. So it's hardly for me to just say certain people won't vote mavoti. I'm one of those artists who are ending a six passes on I am on mavoti because most of the things I did them myself. Mar when you're growing na bomba tubachi ko die bomba tubada baba na impact ya good bali tu sorry mavoti no item ni avore. But at the end of the day it's just utotusana instead of utofi. Is that one certain person and otoima ani rare or resuscitate chimbira, and I always fought a way for myself, and you know I'm glad it worked.
But then do you think gig yanyo toma yam single performer Venda December it played a role to be who you are today?
It didn't.
Okay. Because the exposure
that's to the viewer and no one is sort of perform. That's one is sort of perform. No,
after that
10 la gig.
And was perform?
No perform man, no bandiko.
Okay.
Hani sort of perform. Main reason is that ni wana mtu una MC.
Yes.
MC zicheka line up.
Acheka
una bane baba diva.
Yeah.
Waba bane ane baba divi, ababa divi. In which way? Gigela ninga about 8, 9 due to certain circumstances. You guys are to home. Ti ngabo 10 hapa hapo 11 abone gigi ko tom. Hone gigi ko dami iko tom. So remember ne ardiviwe kawenda rewaruko rebero oti aro performer kabusigisi ange chandiwe zamburi uti aube ono performer o ngabusigisi ange zamburi kala napo zino uchikufuko dawiri sinamini zino landene ngasibe leho ngori mutana aba MC atese to gigi mara ni MC ngori obizoita zayazo so ene cover line up yabane utano wonyogo baisai ngori nasa ndibi zambo there was no way zina langa lenga bafalani. So this is cover no perform umuza zuri zino fuko doje na nyo doje na mazalanga limini alio makaposta limini leo. So I had to fight nichaka Mizo nichikurindu kwa nisoro perform na mini up until that guy chirundoro performer mburuti, and likely that time I only had one song.
Yes.
You know manikoda mburiyoba izo nguru Mizo no nanko mwana ngodia ka mungu gungura samfetu rai mana kwa nisoro perform, but ndabana tindiro performer trekerunga nini lanti I performed. And then likely when I performed, out when I don't know that like gigas or that. So when I performed, don't perform amara. There's not much impact, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to impact. Nguru chatoma no hani sero na kwa hani seriyo.
Na chatakara.
No wana. So I cannot say ila gig ya Venda December did much, but the fact ya uri na catalog juniori no yana book of Venda December. That means you have earned respect to people. Ngoba watu wachi nipa respect ngori nuna mena share stage na nyi. So I had a respect now yori rotu dono share stage na Iris. That made people see Zombori stanga chiko push kana Zombori,
and it was your first
coming
time
through. It was it was not my first time to go perform. But for that certain type of gig it was my first time.
Do you think you can return back if now Dwana Bukiwa on Venda December? Do you think you can go and perform?
From 2017 on Venda December I tried to perform. Kandani ya mao ya
2021
Robert Rangachping, but I was there Lukamburi, and then Arsenal line up, but I was part of the people who were gonna perform. So I wanna gigi from 2017 ya Venda December ineta to perform ngambani ya mao auna.
Okay, maybe tutu banana knowledge yes, but nandi kumanga nandi kudo. But then that day la Venda December 2021, did you went to Idani Park?
I did. I did all of my shows ngandani ya Venda December na Social Sunset. Those were the two shows that I didn't do. Ka Social Sunset no bandika poster. I shared the poster, but ngamachero ni adobala gig. We had a misunderstanding na muno a gig. Man. So we decided to no, it was not misunderstanding yori, but we are poster.
Sure.
It's because everything was sorted.
Yeah.
But zobazuko problem we rasta pesa nanga kuitela kwa chochocho. It's about respecting each other.
Sure.
You know, respecting each other, communication. Tino dobala gigi. So mbara vo machero ko communicate. let's communicate better ngori nenda dwana na giginji so communication yangana mune wa gigi between my manager na muna gigi ngaduba la show yoba is chaba healthy to a point nere na professor zoro ngori abako responda na renanga chipinga arina mberete mini rebekazo na yola muna abana yascha buyambra okay no sumbeza kuzori na yozombura hako bana mini hako ba serious so we decided you know what zombura already reached abana on the same page we just let it be
and you eat the cash
broso ngo badera we supposed to ribadera ngaduba la show but auna communication we have to communicate ndi dibore ndi koto ndi dendi refono rangana ngawren it's not like ndiyo ngijanga ndote so urangana rwari kamburu communication na machero ne fano ba health theory redibore ni korindi then performance ngachipinga abe udoitia mini you know all those things zakoto zhambiwe ngaduba la show but we never had a proper communication na muno wa show jaitori first story ngasikombeche zvitu ngauri vari kushavura rudo sokoya na vanori rudo delay wangu zvadori bora badi na vanokoya no nika posta na mini mana nchushuka na noko fish noko to perform nyinyi and we are running out of what out of time zomba at the end of the day the person reach ko delay na zvinhu zvine zvavasi necessary so when we wake up in the morning we trying to communicate with almost everyone and roger bookings so if that one was part of people when communication and government angoba successful making us not to be able to go to the show
and let's talk about your energy man while performing because I can compare your energy with DJ's Boo the owner of More Fire, Makadzi, Guspa Banana. Where do you get the energy? Do you smoke?
No, I don't smoke weed or anything. I don't use any substances.
What's your secret?
There's no secret.
You lie, man. Your energy is massive.
I just feel like
your energy is massive, bruh.
For real, ne? For me, I feel like if I could pick a perfect word, I would just say I'm just one of a kind. Because to me, it's never about me myself. I don't sit down and to me, I just put my mind to it and then I do it. Ngandere nezaite angayo batu babasara bachiko akamaro mtu kana uzita ngandere ene jawo inga no bautomo ubanazi whatever thoughts they can have. But for me, it's just saying the stage and the perform and then I perform. Utobori maybe the level of energy that I give me performing, it makes people now think or maybe but they would say maybe Oshum Samin and all that, but for me it's just putting my mind to it. That's it.
What's your take on people who do drugs before they perform or before recording music?
For me I don't see it as long as it works for them.
You don't believe in it?
No, I don't. Okay. I don't because I never became one of those people and I doubt if I'll ever be one of them. So, therefore me it's just about putting my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I know I will do it. And I have to do it the best way that I can ever do it myself. So for me, it's about putting my mind to it. So to some people, they have their own strategy. So I feel like I don't have a problem with it or I never saw it as a bad thing. You know?
Can you or have you ever done more than 3 hours Nico performance straight Samakadzi?
Tatu we haven't perform at so much time.
But can you perform 3 hours?
I feel like yes, I can.
Straight? Yes. Nine
at all.
Is it?
I can. Trust me that I can. Well, this year I'm gonna do that.
Come in a show or do you want to do your own show?
So when we started, you were asking if I could. It's allowed for me to
reveal,
to reveal what's happening
this
year. So this year I have 2 major things that I know I'm gonna do them. 2 major things. Besides most things, it's to come after a major because I know I'm getting used to the process, you know, and I'm not rushing the process. So through the process, never connected nazo. So it's a big deal. As I'm from Bananori, ubukiwa kasho na mtu anda. Asaba chile nangarindi go ngora I know ngandere ene venda ndadi wangayo. Mumtuna msaruko biza black coffee. Aba kwenyaga mumbo venda Rude Kid anga reference. So I'm no longer in that point ne ndingachua afi. Ndingasiri ndi goal yoreno wenyago bukwa na share stage nanyi. So 2 major things that are in plan and which we're implementing for 2022. First of all, I'm a freestylist.
Yeah.
Ne? But out of being a freestylist, I'm also a musician. One of the skill that people I'm gonna reveal it in 2022. Uri, besides freestyle, I'm more of a musician, meaning I'm gonna be giving out music to a point in any garden or empty. That's music.
Like what you did in Kwanel.
They make music, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So this year it's time to reveal more of music. So on the freestyle part, because I'm a freestylist, and to me that's talent, I have to make it to show in the morning. Kabana Badibi show in the morning. It's it's the best radio hip hop station in the whole world that gives out the best of freestyle talent to ever touch on earth. America ngamanda, but also hote, because Navana South Africa, unabanji banebone aba basumbedza ba represent the freestyle skill that they have on Sway. So for me, it's about representing Venda. I'm sure I'm gonna be the first Venda person, or I'm gonna be the first Limpopo rapper who's gonna be representing on Sway with the freestyle thing. You know, that's the first major thing that I have in play. Secondly, I wanna do a fill up, the Caspanyo Vest way. You know,
you wanna inherit?
It's not urukweta gigi. Ufano urukweta ntu. It's a fill up. A fill up. Ndono lamu ya wori. If happy woda watu wa 20,000.
Sure.
Abako dango rufu kauna king mona daka kaposta. Akwa gigi ni ngamtani uri hela gigi yo fara. Azolo so hela gigi lo wara mama naona kaspona di Rude Kid Venda. That's why ndikuri
without any supporting artist.
Zidoba zione. But mtu achiranga tikiti. Udoba sadebe na zore supporting act. Udoba hunyi. So main focus ndio mwana doba kuranga tikiti. Dimtana doba afene. Ya uko bona Rude Kid ya kwenda mini. Ako perform. Ango ranga tikiti ngamtani uri obona poster una Kaspa kana obona poster una mumu imbiane amtakarera. Main reason yo ranga tikiti. Ifano ba yo rindi ko bona nyi Rude Kid.
Just like how Venda December year last year wenga.
Yeah, Mizo ne?
Yes.
Exactly. So for me, it's the Caspanyo Vest way. Reason being, I grew up being inspired by Caspanyo Vest a lot. The factory, he's an artist, but the way he does things. The factory, go for artist to fill up a mini. Damn, wadi. Those achievements, jifa hope. Nakarendena mzirika de baba fetu uri. If I keep on doing this, or if I do it the right way, I can end up achieving stuff like this. So the fill up was also part of the thing when I grew up. I also wish na nene ngabana fan base ne batu bangatoda pakoro dotarela me fade the way that Casper did it. So also for me this year, it's a year that I'm gonna do a fill up, which means now that's where you're gonna see Rude Kid performing for 3 hours or more than 3 hours, because it's about Rude Kid. So I'm gonna ranga ticket urane di fori anungo di sora kan di fori so kuma pala petu lokobana Rude Kid. So now you're gonna see Rude Kid doing something he has never done before, which is performing for more than what 3 hours.
3 hours,
you know. Besides the act zinazanga debazi one, but you're gonna see RKV perform at 3 hours. Non-stop. Exactly. So I feel like this year, the factory can perform for the longest on stage. Oh, okay. So RKV can do this, you know.
I will definitely wait for that, man.
It's definitely coming through.
But then tell me, Ore, how was December to you? Like, did you made a meal from December gigs?
Come on, Emily. Man, a million.
It's too much, no?
No, $1 million is not too much.
You made a meal?
No, $1 million is not too much. But I've never made $1 million in my life.
Okay.
But $1 million, it's not too much money, depending on how you're getting the money. You know, but for me, December, it was because December bookings started in October. I had a lot of bookings from October. Immediately, Bachito but I'm a person that level 3. The restrictions that you contendera petu azi kiguchuvura. I started getting bookings, like a lot of bookings. In the Kambur Kane, when December came through, just chaparo in December, because bookings the same way in October. I was used to the factory. Kamugibera. I can have 4 places that I'm gonna be performing at. So from October, November, it's actually December. The only difference now was December uba uko hosta unamoma dikitane uduma nende maurane ane aitwa yeli so mundu ne ko na experience chi so zwino ngori ni vanisa bukwa onoto fane sana wena kubukwa nanga vumini ngabo October because December but what it is as a festival of Freestyle utoni buka for a certain place because you know yeah so December for me it was a great month for me because I had a lot of bookings and I did a lot of traveling and it proved Masisi.
Okay, Nian.
Okay. It was my first time to come Masisi.
And the one piece
Masisi. I saw those people screaming my name. This is a Jana staging.
RKV.
The factory after I perform. Angika general. The factory when you go kwama Rude Kid because Rude Kid Masisi. That made me feel like December. That made me appreciate December. Because I felt like if it was not December, I was not going to experience that. You know? So December became a great month for me because I had a lot of love that I never thought I would experience in such places. Maybe because none is true. So the experience of Petusha, the experience to being given the love that you never expected. She was big. For me, that was a great month for me.
But have you ever thought you would be this famous, man?
Honestly, I never did. I wanted to, but I never thought it was going to work out the way it did. You know?
And you wanted it to be through music?
That's the only thing that I ever did. I mean, that's the only thing that I ever worked hard for. The reason why I am where I am at music is because I gave most of my time to music. I gave most of my energy to music. Sacrifices to music. So that made me where I'm at right now. So now I'm saying Rude Kid kurenga music the way never to. For me, je deserve because I know the sacrifices I did for music. And I know all the things that I went through because of music. So me being in a better place today because of music, to me it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. The mirror muyanga pipe hula. Sorry, what are you currently busy with studio? Because I remember yesterday we had to reschedule. I called your manager, he told me that you are very busy. What are you busy with?
I was busy, so it's 2022 now, right?
Yeah.
2021, I learned a lot in music.
Sure.
Nandi kweta the cover. Cover, you get a beat and a similar beat to that one, and then you do things for the first original. That's showing now it's growing your skill.
Like how? If maybe someone for Tanzania Casper na imbangandira ya mara the same beat.
The same beat. Okay. That's what we call cover.
Okay.
You know? So I did a lot of covers. The reason why I did covers, for me it was because I wanted to grow.
Yeah.
I grew up under the piano. The fact you wrote the piano. So the only way I will grow piano, I don't know when you meet a piano. Inend yangaituru mumto are piano ko deeper. Somebody you first have to learn piano. So I had to listen to piano. Somebody to grow the skill, I had to cover those songs or those beats so that I'm growing. For me, doing covers, main reason I must grow. I must grow. The piano more, you know, with whatever I love. And I did that. So growing there, kind of doing that, the covers watu wazifunesa. Watu wakuri, don't need to cover mini. Wanamtukana kuhuru. Because mtu apuri, bitu wa ediba. Udote cheresa. Achifuru kwa jana zunguzitu. Zunazungumika bitu. Wote cheresa. Sambo zijuko takaza. Jipate ni cheni, mtu kanobnaye uite mini. blind, you know, because nazo ko ndumbo rami but to pay attention no doom niza to doom ndumbo rami no ngasi doom but night at the cover kana jana ka beat ni mona mo edibai you get a better attention to a person because it's similar to what they know but you're giving them something they haven't heard of, you know. So from there ndio never na platform yoro mtu angakono tumundiba kana kana kono feso umtu kana wakono rapa kana wakono ita so when I did those covers I got a lot of critics critics that moda musibatu bachikojufunesa.
And what was the first cover in you need to sort ni bengongora?
For me kan nenga story na cover net atungobela artist ino tofu rodumanga rumburuti because I dropped every week I made impact. Hibe gendanga jana mama message emona ndo felali freestyle lam any blind next weekend she dropper another person is coming through. So it was not about Uri, then everybody came through. So, but when you were there, Namtu the last week, you were the Ranga last week, Achifa next week, Achinano Dara, Shamburi, it's not Ukuri, Uri and Runda to the Road Kidingaro. Not no the Road Kidingaro Mara. For me because I kept on every week dropping. It made a lot of people become fan of what I do. So Zaitauri. The more uchibana zunezia funesi wanga batu huko dabatu baswa mara ono dibana bakare banendi kare bachi funa, you know, bachi zufuna so zitori zivengela ndiri impact kana mtu angari mtu kanoduma nga uri una fenenza mara dwafuta wana fenenza kare zomburu zisula sushitangana it makes impact zomburu na una batu ba 50 bana bakwamba na ini ngaini una batene bodo muroba haba mwe uri no bakumbera ngadzivege dzila nazote dzena Nicodemic nichikubvisa every week. So that's what happened to me, you know. So critics that other, you know, people chitomwita, that's when they start talking. Guti mtu wandiba for example no visa vegena tara roneta ngofa rukide kwemba kabiti za bangu basically achitomota cheresa maybe kabiti obira chiromto kanwaro now achitecheresa rabraru ndikadiro nakia una ndikadiro mazunu analyze mara wimba kabiti zisimini ngori tizo ndo uvoto ndibesa zvo shamburi now una zvinanga amba ngori uvodhiva zviro umuntu itisani. So critics came through I was learning. Oh okay, so vatu vabogunguru rindoita mabiti dzavangu. Okay, I learned. Okay, I went through all that. So 2022 it's about creating music about everything I learned. Totoma zungozozona guda the skill chenda chenveta because of music that I covered in 2022. So mbona zungu skill zvinende nazo nga 2022 because nga 2021 ndochiwana lesenga nge ndaphaimwe beat yakaspanda igova nde discovera chimwe skill chine ndoba Rude Kid ngasemdibera chone mara ochiita because of that particular cover. So ndokubanganya skill nga 2021 ndado futhi nakamubanganya the advice more like critics chibanga chidai na take this advice, you know. So Zombori, I have advice, I have skill, I also have fan base and kubanganya at the cover zenda zitanga mini at 2021. So in 2022 now, it's about now taking advices in the GIA. It's about dealing with critics zine the serious. It's also about now giving much of skill chine, you know, but abachidivi kana kaini abazo expect to mtu angaba na chichikiri ngotinde no chiguda. So now it's a year of dishing up something that grew because of me learning. Now it's a journey that I learned a lot from. Now it's about talking about it my own way to a point in it. I know a lot is gonna relate because on the journey the banji beba bantakarera banji bompa advice zabudi bangobongoda. So I know even to people banebongo die I can do something chinena ngano rangaria havala mfeto itamin on that. So it's that year of making sure that people who gave me advices they're gonna be like, hey, umtu kanando banda mu zezo zitu nini. So it's a year about, you know, for me it's a year of giving good results for what I've learned, for what I went through in 2021. We am wrong. And
if I recap, Zawudi Niba mangondi side that and
exactly.
How did that came about, man? Like why no scare number ngalandia? No one know those for or
yeah, you know. So people felt like that line was wrong because of the way Zambuangai.
Yeah.
You know?
The distance.
Yeah, the way Zambuangai. Zitu angari zibona ngari zimi. Wrong. One thing you must know, kana zuzine nufano zirealize about what. It does not, you can ininga analyze chitu ngandere yam. Mom ining zone ngari nendo duma. Mom tradara Rude Kid yangu duma. Achikamba ngori angaya jobege. Atambarumba Rude Kid batu sabena mtu namtiana kuvumera. Ini mwa mtu uno duma ngori ukwambori. Oya tambaru imbo sibasa. Mwana mwa bakweta mini. Akuvumera. So in both parties mwana mwa right. Zuko bakori ozibe aga. So dichiri ndiva hayani ndi mangondi sadini za tando. Kane ka perspective yaga. Ne mangondi nda bawani ne. It's about 13 to 14 kilometers away from town. Tekisi zote zine za nameru wa mangondi. Ibili mangondi ndi bukati. Auna tekisi ndure as far as lazo fi tekisi ziguma mangondi. Utoba zitekisi zungo ziba zikoya lese hachikonero. Mara zifiranga mini ka mangondi. But tekisi ngwene namera mangondi. Iba ikwagai tando. Auna ndana mera tekisi ngwana ingo. Ndure azuko pama namsi ndizibasa. Tekisi ngwene namera pala zibasa. Iba ikwagai. Iba kwa tando. Come on, this bus. Every taxi that passes through the bus is a therapy. There's no way it's a quatando. So every taxi that passes through Mangondi, it's quatando. And over tando, over Mangodia tando, the 13 rand. Jine local, the Vazuri but Wabadi 12 rand. Local, the common Amsterdam over Apala tando, than the quasi bus. Think about 12 rand. No, Shandim. Sure. Over tando Shandima 12 rand because in the mini. The local. So already uvamangondu ya tando for 13 randa. It gives you umbururi the 13 randa because asikure na guy atando. There's no worry about taxi banga 13 randa. Upe tu ne dikure na guy na tando. So for me there's the bazuri mumtu. And nana kujambira guy. Gandire na chimbranga yo Venda. Ndo yabo ilim, ndo yabo jerere, ndo yabo niani. Ndo yabo mesina ndo ya sadini za buvuani na gafetu nene msidichiena badala taxi kana na taxi rubiri kana ro super raro so mtajibu zazo ni vagai na ambachi tu kana nikurimini sadini za tando uba kwamburi the tando una wamburi urinidia hapo petu mfano toma na piranga gai katando which is true ningasia mangondi nizo ngotoma na piranga gai katando so that made me say hayani ni mangondi sadini za tando I was generalizing kaba tu bakuda zote za gai za Venda urune nenda vaone naba nichikoda hone ni fanoro firanga tando no one zoba zikodoa futi zwa pa but bachi dibusuru wife ndichizura nditaba ni molo video ndichizita taba ni molo because tando ndio ne fetu atini sakanne ndizura nditando ngauri hayani asikure na gai na tando ningamba na tando every day ngauri hayani ni mango decide neza gai tando you feel so for me that just ambanga yento so the guy actually analyze uzi analyze wona yangandira yawe ngauri maybe oh dubalea ya mangondi maybe ako h corner abonori maybe kayo kufunga rende kule and all that so it made people felt like line ndo kakaka na ndo kwamba so sambi which is very accurate ngandire nini ndichisadza ngayo na hola na chisadza ngandire I feel like is also right can is also accurate so looking at it in both instances I feel like there was nothing wrong with what he said and I feel like there's also nothing wrong with what I said.
No one first says. So let's talk about you as a freestyler. I want to know, Ori, do you see Nicodemic as a
king of freestyle?
No, not that. As your competitor or a role model?
He's been a role model.
To you?
He's been. Like when I grew up, going in the freestyle.
Yeah.
Nicodemic. Just nga sitio ndise ndibe Nicodemic ngoro ndo ndichifuna ze freestyle and Nicodemic Venda itami freestyle so I grew up listening to freestyle za Nicodemic. I grew up you know I grew up ndichizifuna uri ndimodwa ndinga idorana Nicodemic na nenda mu freestyle la dara I grew up ndichinga to tamori ndi impress Nicodemic ngamini freestyle you know so he's been a role model. It's a huge word because role model it's about everything. It's about lifestyle. Kutere kwa zitu. You know, a role model as fana mzengo tuamburi. Because una umutu watamba role. You know, if you role model because if you role. But for me, watamba role kauri the pushes or maybe let's get up and hanga kono for na minute I mean ya connect as freestyle is zina endi chi aru andi chi dozo ndiana mtano what I mean what a freestyle na mendi chi techere for so work. So I cannot say I grew up as him being a role model, but he was one of the people I look up to. You know?
Don't feel intimidated by him?
Not like I don't feel intimidated. I felt inspired by him.
Even up to date? I'm
still inspired because Nicodemic still delivered the best freestyle. That's true. Even today. So I'm still inspired. So the main reason of me keeping pushing and me giving out the best of me, it's also still because of Nicodemic and over the inspired. Because he still do freestyle best the way he always been doing it. So you don't know that freestyle, hey, from that day, just for renowned and get the way of thinking. So for me, I look up to him. I inspire. I don't feel no nduri dikasiri ndiko opa nga uri it's we're not in war, bruh. You know, we're not in war. Yes, I love what he does, and I'm even doing what I do because of him. So that's inspiration, you know. So it's not as far as competition uri I wanna be number one. So wala ningori na yoku badu fire zomburu ndiko ndimo opa. For me it's about doing it because I love it, and ngorindi askona ngorindi wa kona the chief as ngoko zikona ngandere nene tusikoni ngayo they were inspired. I don't feel intimidated or anything.
And let's talk about you being a musician beside over freestyle. Yeah, you did Kwanele with Mickey Black. That was fire. I think it was
one thing that people didn't understand.
Yeah,
when it was not the first. It was the first you had.
Yeah, it was the first I had.
Did you had?
All thanks to Van G Beats because he's the one who sent me the song.
Exactly.
You have to play this on the radio, blah blah blah. So yeah, the track was fire, man. The track was fire. Kwanele and Mickey Black, it was fire.
It was fire. I know, man. And
how did it came about?
Mickey Black or what? Oscar Pentine Mickey Black as a celebrity. Reason being, but whenever we're close na but so she looked at me plus achana Instagram achibona mshumo she became
inspired,
excited, no inspired or ngatunganga shuma na outi so zingaita. So when I had Mickey Black kazungwe cover zaba kuzitaka Instagram, I was impressed. So it became to a point we wanna work together now because she loves what I do, I'm also loving what she does. So because I'm more of a musician, Lori any other comfortable. Samuzar, she does whatever she felt like she can do best. Angadana chaitili, I will level up to whatever she will deliver. It's not about me. Nendo mpa platform yori. Ato mechingwana chingwanga tabiti mwana mune angatamini. Angapa a perfect kayo. Nonguru ni musician. I will make sure I deliver a good product in the same things and then the kumwalo rangatami angastorm. So if it was R&B or it was whatever, now I was gonna make sure that one is not kudoba sembe da watu chikiri changa cha R&B chine watu wachi. So that's why I allowed her to be herself. Nenda old let me get out of my comfort zone. Someone ko data suzine atianze rujita. So I was happy to be out of my comfort zone, and Mickey Black gave me that platform to get out of me being a rapper, rapper fasty, and rapper has beat is a fasty and all that. So that's how it came through. It was about growing me as an artist or showing my artist skills. So me and Mickey Black went through it. Atoma Kwanele, she came through to my studio, she recorded it. I recorded the verse. She said she was happy about it. So Samuna Rimbo Otakara. I felt like for me that was my main goal. Or atakare nandere nene wundinde nendo muzuri aite chimwana chimwe nendo the level up. So the fact that she felt like I leveled up to what she did, for me I was happy.
And when too emotional, man, I mean that track is very
it's very nice.
I mean, yeah, when too emotional to do the track, like those lyrics.
Not really, because for me I was just being an artist.
Okay.
Ngorondopa lyrics.
Okay.
Zamiki. Now I have to level up with the emotions in Mickey Black ono disataka wimbo. So for me, I was following Mickey Black. Obono Pandira, this is how the song is. This is how emotional I am about this issue. So I had to become emotional about the issue, and I did just that.
Meaning when you're not a rapper or a freestyler, you're a musician.
I'm a musician, exactly.
If I can bring a hip hop beat, you can.
If we're saying we're going hard, kanara rezuro kora.
Yeah.
Dido jana na kora na elia kora ma. Dido na rezuna na rekugungura. Ne nezukana gungura elia gungura ma. You know, there as you know, rukoto tungupada na alia tungupada ma. So it's about being an artist besides being a rapper for me. Yeah.
No, I get it. And speaking about beats, who makes your beats? Because I want to know, do you make your beats or? No.
To another producer.
Okay.
And one thing, this is the
Not
first
one.
time. So that's kotomo fuck up your podcast.
Yeah.
Let me reveal something.
Okay.
But wapanga reka zikava zenda kuzita. Nito download zila beat. Those beats are not downloaded. Zila beat. Tisandera producer yanga. Kanandera afu urulimbo. Ndoko nyago itakava yo urulimbo. Shamburu la mtu udoya. I eat with the hela beat.
Because of copyright.
But besides copyright, ngori ni producer yanga, he also has to grow. Arada asa Twitter piano. Shamburu nene na yeye akudugudita piano ngori. Ukoto una reference.
Yeah.
Plus, Robert kwa zamu itamini. If you listen closely to the cover zanga, beat ya one, ibechera na mara, una uwene iya chincha. It's tafana. In terms of like the drums, chipinga in terms of like melody. Una zi freestyle cover nji zenda zita zine, nyimbo zone zoba ziza uimberera. Mara ndashika ko imberera. Kwa party wa rapper, haitiwa party wa rapper mara kamini. Kabitine, ichi babo sina party itamini. Your rap. That means mtu wa beat. Oita imwe creativity on top of the other creativity inayo wena wami. Even of our own. So people felt like Nakoros can download a beat, that's a beat ya mutu na embaka. It was not that.
And who's the guy ene akusita? Because I only know one person ene can do the same shit. Network ntanganezeni madaj. He can also do the same that you are saying. Who's the person that do your beats?
It's Big J.
Okay.
And Trill. The Batukana Babi, what Bashuma bought.
Okay.
It's more like a team.
Major League.
But they would sound lucid.
Sure.
But Big J and then I want to show me some kazi remake. Hola mbola bango watu zibiti zao.
Sure.
But hola ndine wenda kushumi sana kazi remake. Ndine una chimu fenele tukonya guita cover ya rupi urimbo. Eno de azura pasi. Ngora na ya wako grow ngori. Robandu kompanga kata ya music inene biti zona hadzite kana atu bya dwana kweta mini akodzita. So he was also excited because he's learning. Is growing, you know. So mbore na yezu no obasa konita piano muro wa mana msuwe kona because obako zamote wedzera mwe piano ne Rude Kid na yoko nyaguita cover yayo. So that was the main focus was us growing together. I grow the skill, you also grow the skill echa wachore na wakonita different type of beats. So I never download beats zanga za cover. Sachi to itiwa. Even though I was more creativity uferesa so to finduko to beat. You buy to pasi write on something different besides whatever the originality the beat was.
Oh, massive, man. That's what somebody in there, but it's massive.
And I know, but manje basa so to nana sa todo to jamba ngori. Now I was just staying on my own.
You didn't want to brag.
I don't. Yeah. Now I was just staying on my own. So conchumera, and I know the impact of it. So there was no reason or explain it.
Just let them talk.
I just let them talk. Exactly.
I get it, man. Have you ever refused? No, you can take another, man.
Thank you.
You can take another and Tico. I like the sound of that, man.
You love it, ne?
Too much.
It's fire, ne?
Fire.
More.
Muriro.
Fire. Hey, Ichidoshi. Just serious.
Have you ever received money from your parents because maybe you made a lot of money from your gigs?
Man, sorry to be this emotional, ne?
Sure.
But music has been a great gift to me. Music awadawa, it's safe for me to say music changed my life. Reason being, I grew up with parents that tries a lot. I never chizamuri, yambare sharp. Ndorwa ndichifuna zitu za fashion. And ndorwa ndichifuna suzine kanjizo bazijozi. Nduva mangondi mara ndachizira sande tawo. Zamburu sunji zata zana zango zibona. Mango tamera sa mwana mwana noma. But they made plans zona msili town. But banjisa ndaba satendi zuri at via around Thando Street. Ngori bachi wana the way of dressing. Mumbasa bachi jonga rini ngani chizura mune dane kana block G because the level of zvitu. The fact yori mtu ushumisa phone ine yafana na mwana unodzura block G. The fact yori nambara matekani afana na mwana ane udzura mule dane. That made people, you know how people see things. Mtani bona nona kerera ujionga reniva fetu awudi, you know. They grew up vachizama ngamanda. But nichukarua, I went to a point one mi angabo abasa shumi na roti. It was my dad. So ambori mi angaba kozama zama na zuru shushimbi. My dad now bako zama because of a shum. He went to open name my dad now. Mushumoko pera was in grade 12. Mushumo pera bachashum. So both my mom and dad now abashum. So fun. The way abachinsa zera ngando kuharua. Zilo zama. So ambori now zido drop angori. They're both not working. That made me say ndizisa dzengela ndira ya uri ndikotonde disadzere zvinhu ngori vatu venda ruwa vachinisadzera pabo do bariro nisadzera because avachashuva. There's nothing I can do about it, you know. And nichikwaruwa nofutama zvitu zvasvikwaruwa nofuna zvitu zvasvikwaruwa and nevanono vana dzikonzi level dzene fano dzimaintain umvesa chivo chipana chivodhumorola mtu kana wambara Nike ifyopyo afanirwa badi zvambona vane chambarela Nike zvidova maromoni yavatu ala mtu kana chambara Nike achivo you know. But still ngasi blame with parents because you know what's happening. So music came through, bruh. I'm glad and I'm happy to say now I don't even know urondo gumarini ubudza mianga kana uri mianga vantengere chambaro. The fact yori baba sichakona nguri avachana mushumo and na wako to vatitogomera ndo una zvizhinji zvazvikotozviitiwa baba sichakona. But the fact yori now nemunhu ndiyakona kuditogomera. On top of that, I can also take care of people vane hotel ubone vane vakuita mini pakatogomera kwa ndine mutukusa ndine rupedzi. I'm 21, but ever since 20 I've never been bought clothes from my parents danga. I've never been given na cherede ya grocery kana cherede yo renga brasho kana mininga ba baby banga.
You have a seat.
In diversity.
Yeah.
No, about tight as just. I am the one who do everything for myself. And the main reason I'm doing that is music. Namzi nisa tumo jenisa cherede. Dobandi chikono udi togomeranga uri. Una batu baneba pafuna mzika wangarone. Bambuzori, if you need anything in me, niambe. But we understand kaka point demu mtu. Wanda what don't to say. Demu uruko bona mimi. Talent kano ko bona bukoni. You know. So for me, music, it's a great gift, bro. Because right now, my parents are the one that feel blessed now because I'm the one who take care of myself and I'm the one who is currently taking care of them at home. So,
I understand.
It's a different story from most artists. Bane I'm achieving for myself and even achieving for them as my parents.
No, I get it, man. And what about brand made in Venda Ndana?
Yeah, man. Yo, bro.
Has he given you something like because maybe you are fire? Because the one who can read a musinichi davani.
Sure. From December last year.
Yeah.
You
were performing wearing that brand.
So this is what's happening. Let me brief you about the collaboration between the and RKV. It's an advice to upcoming artists.
Yeah.
The reason I want to go Shumananda is because I was obviously but when Venda bandiva. So nobala to bandava chimdiva kana wandiva. So this is what happened. The reason why Rotushka point in Water Shumanani. Now one artist in Disney that the Maranda is a Shuminawa. For me it was because the very snap Sundays nga begi at the 5 Ashwanda. Na vandugu chimbira snap Sunday mvurewe on. Tunga cha perform Chisauru.
Okay.
Snap Sunday Spotless Kawash.
Okay. Oh, Spotless Kawash. Yeah.
Tishiko vo rango perform ngoro mvurewe on.
Yeah.
Mara kadeba wana watu anepala. David zonga ngwauti na group of people vachishika bararo. Ola mno andao bawa na tumdive na samdive. One matungo bidzwa ngai. ndividzwa ngavangana vavo but vane havanavo ndichisvika pala petu those people were like hey stanga chibula nachidiva ndipari kuchibona kadzi YouTube apa charapa bad chingani mbanga chimwana chimwe apa komboni ndire freestyle. I took out my speaker.
And you didn't know you were doing it to change
my for me it's because that's how humble I am.
Yeah.
You know, now one a chance chotaka za fena zanga ya cheat.
Yeah.
You know, and ngori freestyle can now to do to many even I can do it anytime.
Sure.
That's how talented I know I am. I did that. Ni cheat. Hola mno anda abu the feje video ngamngana wao. Haji video go freestyle. Ni freestyler. Those people went crazy. Potakara ti. Bachitakara. Humu mngana wawe watsini. Ndiwene nezino this job apalani ukwambelela kha wala wandauri hey kuchibona lastanga ha ndikotombera shumane na wenyi nechistanga zvamburi now I'm getting blessings from muthu wane abatsini na chiridzi kauri chiridzi shumana nne nga uri otakara ende na mishumo yenda bakubva baitera yo batakadza zvambo it made now okay this guy is good and na kurubvoto zvibona ngamini ngamato plus zvikodwa futi zvambeririwa ngamutana vatsini naye that made him take it serious or hey zvamburi vele muthu ndikutoita mini shuma naye came through to me hey tikari kunibona tikari ndichifuna shuma naye ni but ever since what happened I'm officially saying I will work with you zvamburi ridorero vena meeting ribono ringa shumani so ndambaranda in which way if I need clothes right now anything you know about this the designer Rude Kid. I also nungo grower as a brand. You also have to have your own merchandise and all that. So and RKV are gonna partner. And it's a brand, RKV it's a brand. We're gonna merge the two things. Idoba brand yandana Rude Kid ipetuti. So it's a made in Venda times RKV in the same thing. But before we announce that or before we go do that, the Fanoroba relationship is going to grow. Zambori, people have to start seeing Rude Kid Akwambaranda. Obviously, you ask yourself, Rude Kid Akwambaranda, what's happening? So, machoroni chobona, chikipa cha Rude Kid, cha RKV nanda, kanichi wabona, nda na Rude Kid bonoba, fetuti, and mangari, ngombeza. So, me and we up to something, and yo. Trust me when I say it's the game changer. What we're gonna bring.
I'm a fan of that brand, so I'm hopefully I will get it.
You will. No, I'm glad I did, and for me it's talent. You know, because if it was not about me freestyling for those people that day, so for me talent gave me that. You know, so I'm so much grateful to God for the talent He gave me.
Thank you, Pilo.
Thank you, talent, bruh.
That's what you're
and this is also a local brand.
Okay.
I got this for free because of
how you
because of the talent. You know, so yeah, man. Thank God for the talent.
And speaking of doing a freestyle in public, have you ever not been to be recognized in a public space?
I freestyled in Pretoria in 2020.
No, like when you're just walking and people don't recognize you, that's RKV.
Yeah, I was saying, I freestyled in Pretoria in 2020 in the streets. In Pretoria,
yes.
I freestyled. Rude Kid. I came back, Venda, I did the same thing. Nandisa to the viewer. Unako video kwa ndumiza badi, ditaba ni molota kana watu ni firachiri.
Yes.
So I was doing the same things in the streets. Maravatu was doing rundini. Rachiri aingore achindiva. Adari. Namnesa kono nyimba tu fini nemba vatu. Rachiri aja video. Ndaima. Natamba beat. Ndamwimba. I did a freestyle. But Rachiri Carson Media.
He's famous. He's famous, of course.
He went, he posted the video. Now, don't never to say, hey,
that's RKV.
Exactly. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So no bona opini dax.
Tags.
Something kana.
Yeah. Well, this is what's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's very interesting, né? Because when I started the Dex issue, digital meta freestyle to Dex. None so expect how udondara. For me, for me it was about with the wafeds being recognized by him. But the fact when I did that, his response was like, this guy is good. Now message if you keep pushing the same way, you will be one of the biggest artists to ever touch earth. So him saying that, the fact is Dex telling you if you keep on pushing, it made me realize he's impressed to a point in if now I can say I have to do something with him, he can say yes. So 2022, because now I'm more in music, I'm in a point where because for me, in when time goes, I'm sure we're gonna work on something. Because when there are chance to grow already because he knows me. So immediately I grew, there's no way that we're not gonna collaborate. So this year now it's about me pushing to a point when Dex look at me a year later will be like, this boy has grown. As he said, Uri, when time goes, you will grow to a point it will be appropriate for us to work together. So for me this year I want to work hard to a point when Dex look at me, he will be like, oh, now it's the right time for me to say I can work with him because already one diva and already is impressed with the work. So I know that it cannot be more than 2 years. This is Shumana Dex. Depending on how also I wanna keep the same momentum. I wanna keep the same advice that he gave to me. Because advice you rina shumesa. Ndamone ngakoni tamini wanaficha.
Mara mumbro wori RKV. Need na wori ndi freestyle taxi. Okay, nimposele okay rini shikisani kai. What disani uri ni because
yeah.
RKV rimdiva okay ringa sirno dishonga nyigimi. Not this like social media.
True.
So dimension inspire uri ni sanya kuchimilanga ndela ya bamwe then nya kuchincha
the game, changing the game.
Yeah.
For me it's because the reason why because that's what I'm Dex. I once did a freestyle to Ricky mode. When I get inspired about a person, that teacher something come to one taka zakana mtu aita. Ndiaba inspired. I don't hate like most people. I become inspired. And I believe in giving people flowers while they're still alive. I don't want to order something I feel like chomover. Let me appreciate it. At the end of the day, I'm also wanna grow, be on the same level that you are at. Which means me growing. No one, jata kadzauri. Mutu ane one inspire. Ani diva kana anifazi the compliment. Shitori na nini deep for na nini ngashika unola mtu abaone. So una point unachipinga che Ricky was booming with Cotton Fest. Uchuko diva bad. I was inspired. Plus Ricky ni Venda. Ndaita freestyle to Ricky ya Ricky mode. That passed through Ricky and them follower. He noticed me. Ndaita freestyle to Caspanyo Vest. I did it. Caspanyo Vest yango chic. Zafira. I did a freestyle to Mizo. Trekeno to Mizo. It was me being inspired by Mizo phyll. I even did a freestyle to him. Mizo nguru mtuayani. Adana waita mini and appreciate. So at the end of the day, that system of doing a freestyle to people, doru andinayo. That's what it manga Dex. Utoborika Dex should have an impact. Cool. Because Dex ndo America. And the fact yauri durina zo chitaka borikiriki na chumbera baturu ba mention rikiriki shik na kakas pando diriba to mention na kamizo no diribumbera batu ba mention no shikisa kamizo. So at the end of the day, it was my own system yauri. If I become inspired by somebody, I go do something choro homo to andiveka na zobona zo ndama appreciate kana this is the impact no oita kala fianga. And for me the batoko todori ampa the compliment, I'll feel like I'll regain energy or yeah. So I'm keep pushing. So strategic now to feel more inspired of working hard. Whenever inspire, you do something for them, and then if they comment or give compliments, it will make me feel like I'm on the right track. So that was the main reason behind every freestyle I did to most artists.
And what about DJ Oskido? I saw a picture on your Facebook. You were with Oskido in the studio.
No, it's not Oskido. It's DJ Ganyani.
Oh yes, DJ Ganyani. Sorry, yes, DJ Ganyani.
DJ Ganyani odangwa na kat social media.
Yes.
So bangela ndiri achifa Rude Kid Venda. Kazo cheka na dance na mimi.
Yeah.
actually already on actually developed.
And I'm sure DJ Ganyen will understand that Venda because
exactly. About the social media.
Yeah.
But no, this is not the first time I'm hearing this name. But here does you first one. The most achiko bona batho bononga bo nando benda nomka wo freestyle.
Yes.
SABC. As I said, ndachi chimbera petori le chirapera batho. Yeah.
Okay.
The SABC na onda rapera batho. The rapera nomka wo nenda saduzo nomka. I was not a fan of house. Da muimisa da murepera. Nomka wo air life ka Facebook yao. Bisa tu murepera. Da murepera. Lechi murepera. The comments were great. Nene muna nomka. She said a lot of great things about me. She was inspired by the talent that not a rapper akozubo no tungo ngwana. That because nomka wo muimbi murane waganyani ba tantu and washimana waganyani. It made waganyani saw me through.
Yeah.
Someone msasa David Wendinyi, Marwada Zoro Umfetu, Duola Nwe, Abia Imberanyi, Nomka. Which means it made him Namsachiko with video. He knows, oh, it's not the first time I had this boy. So Ganyani Gori, because the fact you're on Bonanonita, I mean, it made him or Anje serious, or Umfetu Zambor Uko Pusha sharp. Because if don't know Bonaka Wanamka and Nanomka Shumanai, that's a great reference. You know, as far as I'm talking about Ambedi Ori, I know just fetu dynamic minimara antum bona fetu une na nimu nenga rendi assets on. So it made him felt like he can call me through studio and he would wanna work with me. But Kanyani he wished, because on entertainment, he wished to sign me. But unfortunately, I don't wanna be signed by anybody. So Zosarazuka Pointine, I will have to work with him. But I'm not in a future. Yeah, we're working. Okay. I even have a bit that's coming through Nicodemic Ganyan.
Okay.
In there I have to work on it. He's gonna give me a feature, I'm also gonna give him a feature. So it's a 50-50 thing. We'll make 2 songs, one he will own, one I will own.
No, I get it. And besides music, what other things are you doing?
I'm studying.
Studying what?
Communication design at UJ.
Okay.
Yeah, 2nd year.
What's that about? Communication designing?
Yeah, communication design, it's part of media studies.
Okay.
So, if you communication design, because it's more about communicating, right? So, we invent or we design new ways of communication. You learn more about communicating. Jambori, the render power. You design new ideas of communicating with people. Jambori will work with people like adverts. The adverts, the farmers will communicate about Jambori. No good ways of communication. About communication, So we learn about communicating as a whole. You create new ways of communicating with audience. Jambori now denga banandirantswa ineva KFC vanga wana batebiri banjingabo. Baso ngotori.
Yeah.
Danene renge KFC. Jambori now we create new ideas about the way certain brands or certain things can communicate with certain things. Like
what Chigo did. I don't know if you have seen the video. Exactly.
That's a way of you communicating on the story. Now we learning that obviously by sitting on a proper understanding of communicating as a whole. But for us it's about learning and getting papers about it. The money satisfied with this person a certain production. The ways to communicate because we're learning more about it.
You said UJ, ne?
Yeah, UJ.
And I remember I saw a video you were doing. I don't know if it was a freshers bash or something at this other college. I forgot
called
the name.
Fame FET.
Fame FET, yes.
No, overall Bazari Fame FET. Later, performing arts. Why? But to perform, I wanted to grow the performing skill. So Fame FET ishuma monga practicals.
Yes.
Ahead na makazi oya mo institution ya performing watu zizo nga theater. So naye the winichi wana makazi akandere na bangayo. Naye obiaya ka institution ini adilana no performer. Theater ushumazo zilozo so perform. So nichibona makazi na msachi kono uchina na zingwa dance zero wasa zichini. It's because of that skill. So na end of the story, I'm still young. I can also grow. The fact you're not performer. If I'm not in 2 years nichibona rukidoko performer na what they gonna perform. So Rude Kid gonna perform as in 2 years. So for me, I wanted to grow. So I took the opportunity of the bazari kodanga uri. Uwo nyagwa na manage grow ni mtu ane ni muvenda we impressing amshumu. Ambuza if you want to grow or you want to learn anything, rinerenga ni pa bazara mahara. Ibili, it's a great opportunity that you know what na rine rodoba rikodiguza kana urimini na rine robia radwana rokandiwa ngamtona nga Rude Kid Venda ka institution yazo. That gives an institution a certain type of level. Kabatu bachi said, because you know how media is. Kaspanyo veste jana TV college ni hapa zino hapa sibasai. Manamu do sibasa akofonga reads better. Exactly.
So that's true because before ndi chaka school chenda kujenda kachezo I wanted to go to Boston Media House because DJ Fresh went there.
So it works.
That's true.
So for me to be at fame, it was because of benefits of both parties. It benefits Rude Kid has once been in this institution. Media look at it as a good thing. Over at a certain institution. For me, it's about me growing the skill to a performer because I know I have performing skill, but I wanted to grow it to a point in there. Na inina msono no menamba nuko perform aka life. Nicho banengo life ni wow. Rude Kid o grower ka performing a strategy wow.
And are you still there or no?
I'm still there.
Okay. And nichipinga chingafan?
It's a year.
Okay, I get it.
It's and 12 months there.
You, Jay, who are the other peoples that Nicodemic now when they are famous like yourself?
Nah, I don't really, because of COVID.
In your class?
I'm a class, I'm not famous. Plus, because of COVID, rest of your class in.
Oh,
so it's no longer the same. Ashapana, namzafi unamuana kweta third yake nintu. Nasa dilongo ranchato wa petuti. Au chato nazi beshe unana dori. Hellow tinda idibaka mini so it's no longer fun na kare one nang duzurango bona batu ngo connect na mobile. So now it's about you ngo dashkoroni say student besides you famous where you from. It's about me being a student. So na bongo boto bana babona sa students, not Vincent Sabadene coming ngare this guy is famous.
There's a young kid at home who's watching this video who wanna be like you or who wanna just be a musician one day. Look at that camera and tell him the secret. The steps that he has to go through.
First of all, I would say patience.
Yes.
Bro, patience is everything.
And so what do?
Process your patience. Issue na process of learning. You will never be a better person in the world that we're living in if you don't know what's going on in the world we're living in.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is we are all inspired by certain things, you know, and there's certain things that we gotta go through.
Yeah.
Chwana chingwe china process. Uromutu abe ana adokotera.
Yeah.
Abi dokotera otoma university to primary. Aya varsity. Aya secondary.
Yes.
Secondary una process you choose tero.
Yes.
Uri ningatsibe dokotera nso ngotoma na choose tero za radi zinazo then sakova mimi dokotera.
Yeah.
Namzi nichibaba ni cha university. Ni munyo ba dokotera beni.
Yeah.
You won't be a doctor if you don't go to a certain institution kana faculty inia then to renewemini nibe dokotera. Same applies to being a musician. What I can say is you will never be a great musician or you will never be big like how RKV may be right now if you don't go through stuff like being inspired by other people
and not hate,
trying to do what other people have done. As long as it's good, you know, it makes you grow, you know. Mizo.
Yeah.
Ne nga uri he was good. He was that good. That's what I mean with said. But today the voto repaka rumuritina Mizo na spazoro Mizo ndi Mizo Rude Kid in the Rude Kid. But digital maroto kwedzisa. So at the end of the day, the process it's long. You gotta be ready to learn, ready to try new stuff again, and most of it, be patient with yourself, you know, and don't take criticism as a bad thing. Take advices. Whatever that works for you, it will work. But never take criticism as a bad thing. Because when watu never jongari, bachi godiwa, juambori, zote zuwia zobaita. it no longer makes sense. That only gives you a platform, ya Uri. You still have to do better. And doing better, it starts from yourself, you know. So, I mean, dingamba zwinji, but over Rude Kid kana over this good as Rude Kid, it takes attendance foot. Bro, I used to work in the streets every day.
Full time.
Look for beauty.
Sure.
Did you rap? Did you want to do this good? Namzina rezuno remaning more fire. Ne? I can do that because
I will come to that.
Because I grew up ndi ndichitecheresa beat. Ndichitodo remanga stundu kuchimbira. Jambori skill ichi grow ndichizora kwatenda. You know, fanana chikuruni. You will be good at a certain subject if you attend more classes, kana if you attend more your studies. So even on music, you have to attend more. If you want to be the greatest performer, somebody you have to be attending more and more, always performing at a certain point. Perform about you know, no perform no fara remote. You grow from that. Na mena ndichi rapper ndisi omaikini ndiko chimbira badani ndichiko rema ndiko wana madaka. Na mean now today I do it on stage and everybody says that boy is talented. So it's about attending.
After all, practice makes perfect. Bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So attendance. Yeah, practice actually. Yeah.
What do you think of Guspa Banana?
Guspa is my close friend. Do you guys know?
No.
Yo, Guspa is my close friend. Upakare.
Okay.
Me and Guspa we've been close. You know, I don't know why, but when I mentality auri,
it's replacing you.
There's no such. There's no. I mean, such
that's
thing
what
as
people are saying. Yes, that's
no
what people are saying.
The way Mizo, but Mangari Rude Kid blind is unity, but already Mizo ti, ukadiba Mizo.
Sure.
You will forever be Mizo phyll.
Just like how
P-Post. You will forever be P-Post.
Sure.
Now, Rita Kore as king, but it's P-Post. It's forever P-Post. So, me and Gusba have been friends, bruh. Sure. And one thing that people must know, Duri, me and Gusba have a lot. Tunasipanga chinchero za mozu ushuma. Obvia das tude changarabera shuma. Mono baru suve. Li pitore. Gusba chida pitore. Achida flattening anga that recorder. You know? And Gusba na kazi video zanga. Unangu video no fi classic freestyle 2020. Otoda otomfanya wenyago baka video ngondo drop abegi ngona hiyo. Likare Gusba stodo baka video zanga. He has supported me as an artist. Ashitodo baka video zanga. Even now, Gusba nana Gusba rachembaro tanga chukua. Gusba came through to me re news cafe after the alleges yori Gusba going to play something me andare tamanga enadeba so what ndo duswanga batu. He said ndokori worry. Dini machozi when and realize sorry. Ndoko ni bona pa social media. But watch ko ni phone ni ko rapanga chivenda ka piano. You made me realize uri. Achivenda chayani. Chinga repa patu bani phone.
Sure.
Ngorunana ndo farera kachikuwa. Ngombeza. So the fact yuri ini patu bani phone yene ko rapanga chivenda no nyitori na mende zwipfuri. So at the end of the day, ufana na mene inspire wanga Mizo. Na msiti chinga repa na bo Mizo. It's the same way na Gusba wa Ambori. You also inspired me to do this, you know. So at the end of the day, there's no beef or there's no grudges. He was inspired to do. Na me aradu batu bachingari Rude Kid unga wa rapa kwine kamizo. It's because ndoba inspired ngono Mizo ana na kurendi go rap itamini umufira. So na msapi Gusba u ampirai. At the end of the day, he's also inspired with what I ever did, you know. So at the end of the day, it's not a major thing zorangari Gusba na Rude Kid mini paku replace na it will never be like that, man. It will never be like that.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, man.
I saw memes and
we've been
videos.
working, man. Even Bambro was supposed to come at the studio. Oya pito rimbambro muroba. He told me udoshu marchi. Ote obodanga madekwa. On send a message no. Don't let tatamanga. Radi boko da ngasta koneta mini. The ngasta baka muya wa shape na machaduko vuwa ndichitu. Samburu dozu bona ndichitami. Ndichi we said the end of the day we've been working, you know. So me and Gusba, and we also have something coming through me and Gusba this year. So at the end of the day, me and Gusba we're fine. I'm
glad to hear that, man.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to tell our viewers that maybe I didn't ask you?
Stay tuned to RKV. When I say stay tuned, Komburi,
what does it mean?
Be careful if you're hating on me, bro.
Sure.
You gotta be very careful if you're hating on me.
Sure.
Main reason is because we know people mtu wachanduka mama kazuzu ambara mtu wajiga
Sure.
you know na musini ngambona nari anenta kareri no watu wa santa kareri mana tu bana bantichere singori dita hip hop
Sure.
na ba bantichere singo dita piano ndio bana bafuna piano. So be careful on hating on me because I have no limits and I am even more than what you think I am, you know. So at the end of the day, what I can say is stay tuned, you know, and I promise, I've set a goal to myself. I've set no dipatekana na muzika to a point in I'm still gonna do a lot. That if you love music, the name RKV is still gonna be in people's head or in people's mouth because that's what I am prepared to do for the rest of my life. As long as I can still, I'm still gonna be able to.
And your media handles, how people can follow you. For those who haven't followed you yet.
I haven't changed. Ever since 2017, I use the same page,
Rude Kid
Venda. Instagram, I still use the same handle, Rude Kid Venda. Twitter, Rude Kid Venda.
Speaking about Instagram, I remember the first time we had a talk. I was
Instagram.
live. Yes, I was live with Mancha Friday. We were doing some talk there.
remember.
And then you tuned in. And then we had a talk. And then after that, I told you,
have to.
I will slide into your DM. We will work. And then after that, Rude Kid never got back to me. But I'm glad today I'm here with you, man.
Exactly. Everything.
Not Doge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cut that live. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mancha
Manja Friday.
Sure.
Eh.
Doge.
Nicodemic Doge. And then Manja was like, I
remember.
And that's when
Rude Kid.
Yeah,
only one
Rude Kid, yeah, Mancha
I
win.
think so,
After
yeah.
Mancha ni Doge. You know, Manam RKV is Doge.
Big shout out to you, Benedict Zofrey. I think that's his name, Benedict or something like that.
Ah, then the Mancha.
No, I know his real name. He's my homie, man. He's my homie.
Yeah.
So last one, I wanna test your. I wanna do an IQ test.
Okay, cool.
So I have 5 questions for you
All right.
that I want you to answer, and
Yeah.
then when we are done, you are doing a freestyle for us.
Perfect. Let's go.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Born ready.
First question. Buswa amradza ngachikwa bupimini. Buswa amradza for those people maybe when I'm confessor. Yesterday's porridge. Buswa amradza ngachikwa bupimini.
Yesterday's porridge.
No. I asked the same question to Mancha Friday on the live that you tuned in.
Buswa amradza.
Yes.
Ngachikuwa bupimini.
Yes. Come on. Buswa amradza.
Pop on the microwave. I don't know. Ninga zwipa, hey.
Ndi lie porridge. When Google it, lie porridge.
Lie.
L-I-E. Yes, lie porridge.
Nibuso no zwipa.
Ndi buswa amradza.
Nibuso no zwipa.
And then who's the deputy president of SA?
Who's the deputy president
Of SA?
Hey.
Come on, Rude Kid. Who's the president?
Serena.
Who's the deputy president? Come on. Yo.
But not ANC.
No. Mara, we have to know who's the deputy president.
I don't know.
No, unapatia ANC, unapatia Shango. So, who's the deputy president?
Of SA.
Of
South Africa. David Mabuza.
David Mabuza.
You don't know him?
Hey, brother, I'm not a politic guy.
Come on,
I've
man.
never been a politic guy.
Okay.
You know how I grew up?
Yeah.
I grew up politic in Azula parliament.
Sure.
Oh, that's a bone in this thought. Main thing is because that's IT history and natural science. So I became to a point when that's a todo ambesa. So I felt like the parliament is one of those I mean, everyone never ambesa and never superana. That's a todo one.
I bet even the fact theory parliament kept telling you, so you don't know it. Come on, man. Okay, let's pass. SARS stands for? You have a record label.
African.
You pay your SARS, man.
I do.
Yeah.
South African.
No. Why don't you just keep quiet?
SARS, ne? South African.
By the way, we have guests here. They know Corona this episode. So we have a guest here who's too much. She's too much.
Necessarily, I don't know.
South African Revenue Service.
Revenue Service.
Yeah.
Sorry, revenue is about money, ne?
Yes.
It's South African Revenue Service.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then number 4.
No, what is Sasa? That's why.
I said SARS, not Sasa. I bet this one you don't even know. Who's the president or the president who came after President Thabo Mbeki? I don't remember the year, but the president who came after Thabo Mbeki. Between Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma. Come on, after Thabo Mbeki.
Or after, not before.
Yes,
after
between Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma.
Or between.
Yes.
No more that.
Ferreira, but yes, I'm a president. I'm a Ferreira.
I'm a president.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Nelson Mandela.
Hey, when you want to try to say history, job or hey, what promoter history?
Big shout out to Mongeni from Tadani Secondary School. He's my teacher for history.
I knew it. This guy is a history student. Go to go and fight Kombusazori State Neutron Second Law.
It's President Khalimo Mukanje. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it the right way, but yes, it's President Khalimo Mukanje. BMW stands for what?
Some be my wife.
Oh, come on. It stands for what?
Hey.
BMW. Come on, man. This means we're out of 5, you got 0.
Banana must wait. Goosebump banana. BMW, banana must wait.
Berrien motorwake. Berrien motorwake.
Berrien?
Yes. I don't know if...
I need to go to the history problem. Are the general?
Zinonga Zipio.
Dinho descravara ora pela liawa. So no the move. Dinho descravara ori na gravity. Force of gravity.
Oh, ni Newtons.
Oh, Newton I river kwambanga.
Gravity, abe gravity. Kamango weza gravity na hili.
Let's forget about this.
Hey.
Okay.
And so go bena ona ngarindi do.
No one photo cover to 300 in secondary. No time.
Maremana.
No, but ziyabo kusikonela number 4.
Yeah.
Zori ndinyi o wana uri apola lia wantha muri.
Oh, gore this years.
Let's not mind about that, man. I want us to do a freestyle in conclusion of this interview because I see in a chipping straight. I want you to do 2 freestyles, if that's possible. I have a recognition from DJ's Boo. Everything that I post, I always views. So the first freestyle, I want you to freestyle about more fire. I will post it on my IG. It's definitely going to view this, and I'm sure it's going to recognize you. The second freestyle, I want you to freestyle about this podcast. Can you be able to?
I'm not bad.
Can you say hashtag I can do it?
I've already done it.
Okay, let's start. More Fire and DJ's Boo. Those are the 2 names that I want you to freestyle about.
Okay.
More Fire and DJ's Boo. No. More Fire, DJ's Boo, Massive Metro. It's radio.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
No, una beat you muna.
Yeah, chipikara. Yes, do your things. I want you to freestyle about More Fire, DJ's Boo, and Massive Metro. I want you to do the most, my boy. I want you to do the most. Okay? Right.
Yeah.
I trust you, my guy. I trust you. More Fire, DJ's Boo, Massive Metro. DJ's Boo is definitely going to view this. Do it, man. Do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Damn. I just drink this can I Nico freestyle like because RKV can I Nako namo fire iko baka can I Iko pisanga manda ish I let it bend I Iko pisa ndi mo fire the spit a fire I am like a dragon RKV will spit a fire Hey don't ayone yeah once I tungaya Wambangu iko pisanga manda ndi mo fire goddamn yeah very goddamn I'm crazy right Lamatisi na nyoro on the beat I'm too brave right Wavy right, yeah my shit is wavy right. Tip it the banner, but you can tell my shit is wavy right. Nobody can met bro, shit is too massive. RKV got the flow, uya konende massive. Urindo nakanga mandango rendi attractive. Big besongo gwaram bitena binende active tikozi. Ba eh, mara ni babu dorendi adi. Ba no fire and the energy you know di. Ba yeah, I mean, dragona to the pesa. Mo fire, this boo, di. Ba facts, yeah, I spit facts. I try to feel the rapper, Mara, Evonani, Uko clap like that. I do it like this, we do it like that. RKV India, that Nicodemic, yeah, Venda on the map. Okay, the rap and the show me some mind. Nobody can podcasting, a mastermind. Flow it over, simple and the kind. RKV, we are one of Maravaro blind. God damn. Wanani kunkada doba ndina mancha ngorinde vesanga manda na musela butano enendela manda right manda hallelujah man ngamanda shit is too nice RKV was the bazori too nice flondi machaka chaka ndi chikola zi too rice oh yeah do nice yeba kori do nice don't wanna 6/6 ungarindo torola too nice damn the line tiperebi RKV korepa bene atiperebi yo eli babu zenore ndi ele ninga toba pafunze nenda toba mwivile mara aguna ya nunikera ndinga baba funza rano ntobisyo nikera doba ndina manja rechikola yo nikera hallelujah mene mara tukonora bera olanga mangira sikutonga hakombo na nonovura maske ndiko kambwanga corona banga bachimone mone yeah bakomona ndiva mangondi sadinza kausekele monamo na a bit of
fuck man, you're fucking good man.
Yeah,
RKV
is nice.
By the way, this guy didn't write anything.
Yeah, we don't write
anything.
We don't write
Shit, this guy just freestyle. Yeah. RKV, thank you very much for being with us, man.
I'm glad.
You deserve the horns, Muna. You're the best, man. Man. You want to come?
Yeah.
What got that? Oh,
yeah.
okay. No, definitely it's coming to see you, man.
Thank
you for being with us, and I really appreciate this, man. I really appreciate this.
I appreciate you,
your
man.
time, everything, man. Thank you for being with us.
Amen. I'm glad. I'm glad.
We'll definitely meet next time, ne?
Yeah, we're still gonna meet.
I trust you. I trust you, Rude Kid Venda.
You know.
I trust you. No, Manga Jen. We were just wrapping this up.
Yeah, still the way.
That's it from today's episode. Nicodemic Mastermind, master of radio, TV, and everything in between. Ndana Rude Kid Venda, the king of freestyling. Freestyler. He didn't write anything. This guy is massive, This guy is massive. For DJ's Boo, I'm definitely going to make sure he sees this, man.
Exactly.
DJ's Boo must see this and he must recognize you, man.
Yeah, RKV also has got that more fire, you know.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, Ubakana Mastermind, the Master of Radio, and the rest of Masters Podcast. Nada Zava Twatir, Mushate.